Alright, back again. This is Bachelor for Life and
Baby son.
we're here to talk about the RUIKE, I guess is what this one's called. I just got this one a while back. It's brand new in the box still. Haven't played with it a whole lot. But gonna do a quick review on it. Just go over some of the basics. Thought this was kind of cool. It came in a nice little package with some warranty card, which I thought was interesting, as I'd never really heard of this brand before, but it seemed like a quality knife for the price. I've shown some of the expensive knives I've got, but this one's right around the $70 to $80 range, I think. Came with a little thing showing some of the other knives that they offer, which the way this one showed up, the quality, I think I'll be buying more. And this is a P881, and I sported for the black one. G10 handles, which really nice. It's kind of got that Rocky Mountain style tread like the Caesar does, which I really like. Feel like it grips really well. It does have a pocket clip for right hand carry, tip up carry. Got the finger ring, and the one thing I'd point out, in the finger ring they actually took the time to kind of smooth that out, so it's really smooth on the finger. It's got a flipper. It's a manual. It's not assisted, but there are ball bearings in the pivot, so it rolls really smooth, to the point where you almost don't even have to flick the wrist. You just kind of push it and it just rolls really smooth. The other thing about this guy is the liners are pretty substantial. I mean, they're fairly thick. They're actually, and like I always do when I bring in a cold steel, the liners are about as thick as the Code 4's blade, just a hair under. But I just thought that was kind of interesting. I'd never seen such thick liners before. The blade steel is a 14C28N, which isn't a terrible steel. It's not a common one that a lot of people talk about. It says right there on the back, Sandvik 14C28N steel, P881-B1. The B1 I think stands for black. As far as the way it feels in the hand, this is one of the first finger ring style, quote unquote, Karambit style knives that I've ever put in my hand, and it just fits. Like, you put the finger in, there's a spot for every one of your fingers, and it just locks in solid. The closest thing I found to this, I think the closest thing I found to this was a Smith & Wesson Karambit that I bought a couple years back, and it's not too bad, but it was weird to deploy. This thing with the flipper and how quickly it deploys, just amazing. And it is sharp. The blade on this, I don't know if you can kind of see that. Obviously a convex or concave, but I don't imagine that right there is going to be real easy to sharpen. I can imagine that would take some effort. I'm half tempted. I really am. I'm half tempted to sharpen this convex, and then, you know, maybe leave this concave on the inside if I decide to use it. Not quite sure the application that I would use this for. I usually don't use knives with such a, you know, with that curve for, you know, the standard things like cutting boxes and things of that nature. Maybe as a self-defense style knife, I could see carrying it, because it does deploy fairly quickly. I'm not sure what I would do with it, but I really wanted it, and it is a sweet looking knife, heavy duty. And I don't know if you can see that, but baby son is sneaking me stuff to cut, so I think I'll move on to that part. That's his passive-aggressive way of saying, Dad, you're talking too much. It's time to make the cut. So let's just show how sharp it is out of the box. I'm using just the base portion. Really, I'm barely putting any pressure. Let's try doing the top. It's so sharp. That was my bad.
Sometimes it'll get caught.
Yeah, well, trying to do it slow, you know. That's pretty satisfying. Alright, gonna bring something new to it. I'm doing a little comparison portion here. Got the RUIKE P881 size comparison to the Code 4. I've also got size comparison to the one I just reviewed last night, the Bradley Chimera. So it's not a really big knife in comparison to, you know, maybe one I haven't done yet, the Leatherman Signal. If you own any of these, it's a little bit better than spouting off a bunch of different specs and things like that. Here's another one I did in my unboxing. Size comparison to this guy. And that was the Vector Tangram, in case you had one of those. Also one I haven't reviewed yet, the Kershaw. One of the Hinderer designs. It's pretty closely comparable to something like that, which is a nice little knife. And here we go, comparison to a Milwaukee marker. Alright, that was the RUIKE P881. Let me know what you think. Spatula for life, and
Baby Son out.